big bro. You know what I mean? We just chopping it up. I'm certainly glad you pulled up on me. Salute to the Magi. You know what I'm saying? Peace.
What's up, man?
Yeah, yeah, man. We just chopping it up. It really ain't no topic in particular. We just flowing, man. It's the weekend. You feel me? We just chopping up on political topics, on just a little bit of everything. How you doing this weekend?
Look like he froze up.
Yeah, he in the garage. He out there getting busy. Smash be doing a little bit of everything. He probably in there on the RC cars and all that jazz. You know what I mean?
He
Smash
might not, he might be out of
everywhere all
town.
the time.
Oh,
Yeah.
he back.
No,
Hey,
I'm right here.
what up with you?
Shit, trying to see is my garage door gonna close? Cause what y'all was building on?
The sun's still up where you at. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? The sun is still up. I'm gonna be like, what the hell is
We
he at?
we was we was talking about how it is back in the day. We was talking about some political stuff with Kamala Harris, and then we was talking about the aspect of just like raising our kids, how we was just like in the world early. You know what I mean? Opposed to how our kids are, now and take stuff for granted. You know what I mean? Like, me and my boy kind of don't see the eye to eye on different things because like when I was 16, I was in the streets and he don't really know how good he got it. And I kind of appreciated the fact that, he didn't have to go through the same struggles I went through. And that's what you want as a man, as an adult. But at the same time, it's just that, I feel like sometimes I'm underappreciated because, he don't really know the struggle. He don't know how real it is. So we was just touching up on some stuff like that, in general.
I heard that.
Yeah,
Man.
then I was looking at Myron Dude's work on the artwork he got in the background. You know what I'm saying? He said he put all that together. So I was like, yeah, that looked like that could be a lucrative situation.
Oh, you an artist, dude?
No, those are pictures that was already taken, so I just be using other people's artworks and putting them on canvases and shirts like that.
Oh
I
yeah, that's great.
Yeah, I do a little bit of editing and stuff like that. Like this, Bumpy Johnson, I'll just put him on a shirt and put him as a hero and stuff like that. So I do a little bit of editing, but I don't really do too much artwork myself. So,
Oh yeah, that's dope. That's dope. All right, I'm about to listen for a minute. I just stepped in the house.
all right.
Indeed.
But yeah, man. Um, you was talking about. I really wonder what up with it, Kent. You know what I mean? Where he come from? I'm talking about. Peace to you, bro. But it's you really think Kamala is trying to run as a black? Are they trying to push her as a black person? You know what I'm saying? As far and
Well, I'm just going on what she said. I mean, and then some of these pictures that we see her washing. Well, I don't know, some of that's Photoshop, but I know she really was putting, hot sauce on some greens one day. So all of that stuff just begs the question, like, what is that about? You know what I mean? Not saying that just the subliminals of doing things like that in public. Now we've seen these type of tactics before, with motherfuckers playing the sax, you know what I'm saying, and so forth. So
but
it ain't like we new to it, we true to it, right? So
but
when I see stuff like that, I just call it for what it is. Like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gotta act like I didn't see it, you know what I mean? I
so
see it.
let me say this because you said something earlier. I think you said the only time you voted was for Obama, right?
Mhm.
I
That first time, not the second time.
I feel like this is Obama part two. You know what I mean? I feel like they finna get us again on the same thing because the same reason why you voted for Obama because he black is the same reason why now the black women is finna vote for Kamala because she black. You know what I
But
mean?
that ain't- but since those things, not to cut you off, but since these things don't got nothing to do with their policy or what they're gonna do when they get in office, it's kind of like, how do that even really matter? Because the other option is Trump. So this is what I was thinking about today, and I'm just gonna make it short and sweet. They both, we know they negative, but one of them is talking about giving police immunity. Now check that out.
Mhm.
Imagine if the police was next to you in the car, knowing that he had immunity. I don't care what nobody say. Police immunity and then all that dictatorship. That's worse than anything Kamala ever said so far.
No,
Do you think, but hold up, do you think the Constitution will allow that? like, I mean, ain't it the Constitution where it's
That's
certain
what I'm saying. These boys is changing everything. See, Trump figured out, look, ain't nobody ever tried to change all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? No, everybody just was going with he like, I'm gonna be the one who changed hella shit. And he Trump now, if there's anything worse for a black man in these Oakland streets or whatever streets than the police having immunity, tell me what it is.
No, I definitely agree with that. But you say that it don't matter, and I think to people like you, me, and James, it doesn't. But you have to admit that just because she's black, she is going to get people to vote for her just because she's black, and they don't see it the same way as you do and as James do. Like James said, he voted for Obama because he was black. That's enough for some people. You know what I mean? But I do agree with you with Trump trying to push that move for immunity for police. I'm definitely against anybody having immunity for that matter, whether it be police or any political figures. You know what I'm saying? I don't like the fact that corporations have a big sway in politics and they don't have no repercussions except fines and penalties. You know what I'm saying? I don't agree with that also. So that's an issue for me too, how much sway politics have, I mean, corporations have. What do you think about the idea of corporations coming up with these big packs and buying politicians also? I think that's the same thing. Corporations have immunity.
Nah, you tripping. Corporations is like a person. That corporation is subjected to the law, but you're right about the fact that they get to buy, run these lobbies. It's basically lobbyists. And so a corporation might have somebody lobbying for the things that they want. But so I don't disagree with what you're saying.
But for the most part, they just enacted an unlimited amount of donations that they could do within the last 8 years. They used to have a limit on it, and then they made it unlimited.
That's a big issue.
See what I'm saying? So I don't know who did it, was it Democratic or Republic, but I think they both for two wings on the same bird, if you ask me. So like I said, they both going flying in the same direction. So we should just sit back and just watch the show. Because some of the things that we want, we not getting. And like I think the last time we was on, dude, I was telling you about the OAAU situation. And I was like, we haven't even did anything in that agenda to even put ourselves in position to even have. See, we got that out the way. Then we would probably have a better direction on what we want to do, how we could get these people to do some of the things that we want. But until that's done, we really just talking. So and that's what they said.
So Smash, you don't have to say if you don't want to say, but are you voting? Are you gonna vote? Because I'm not voting. James is not voting.
Yeah, I'm voting. I'm gonna vote for Kamala.
Okay. Word, make it plain, this man. Do your thing. Like I say, and I'm not against anybody that do what they do. I'm just, doing what I do. You know what I'm saying? I can't be mad.
Just so y'all know, they both white people to me. Like none of them is black. I'm not doing that. Yeah. I'm just looking at two candidates like I'm an American. Let's say I'm not black. How about that? I'm still voting for Kamala. You feel what I'm saying, though?
Okay.
Let's act like we wasn't black right now. And who look like they got the police immunity still to knock down a Chinaman or a Hindu, anybody. You feel me? Nobody wants that. And then he trying to be a dictator to where he don't get in trouble for nothing he did while he was in office. Come on, bro. That's like being a little, you know how little white kids act. He really trying to be a grown man, little white kid.
So you think that a lot of him running is to try to suppress the criminal charges that he got going on? Because if you were president, I don't think they would be able to do anything to him.
Man, I ain't the first person to say that.
I think that might be what's going on. That's the only thing I could see. But what he did, and then whatever is what he did, that was in office or out of office is what they're trying to get him for, right? It's something he did out of office. It's nothing that he did when he was in office.
Man, he influenced that riot. You remember?
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
What you mean?
You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Did he not?
I mean, I don't know about that because see, okay, now watch this. They saying right now that the Democratic propaganda is the reason why he done got 2 assassination attempts on his life within the last 2 months. See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's all propaganda.
I
Those
know.
are the
Okay, no,
people
hold on. Word.
who-
So I'm glad we on the same page. That insurrection or whatever that was propaganda too to me.
All right, so let's take a look because I ain't necessarily heard, you know what I'm saying, about this immunity stuff, but we definitely need to take a look.
Word. He said I ain't heard about this immunity.
You know what I'm saying?
So hold up, Smash said you must have heard him say this somewhere.
Yeah. So here we go for it. I don't know if this is credible, but Trump question on officer immunity stance after Sonia Macy's shooting. Can y'all see that?
We see it now.
All right. So let's see what Macy was shot and killed in her Springfield home earlier this month in a case that stunned the nation. Video of the incident was quickly released, and Officer Sean Grayson was charged with aggravated murder in the case and stripped of his police powers. Trump has been outspoken in the support of police officers, but has gone a step further in recent campaign appearances, calling for nearly blanket immunity from prosecution for officers. When asked about those comments in context of the Macy shooting, Trump said he wasn't fully up to date on the case and discussed recent violence in Chicago as an example of why police officers need more protection in courts and in the view of public opinion. Quote, I'm talking about people that are much different cases and that we need police to protect ourselves. And by the way, in Chicago is an example a few weeks ago. He said July 4th weekend, there were 117 shootings, 17 deaths. Nobody wants that. We need to have our police officers have the respect and dignity back. I saw something that didn't look good. Trump said that he did not support full immunity from prosecution, but said that the limited time officers have to make decisions should be taken into consideration. So he kind of wishy-washy on that, but that's not a quote. You know what I'm saying? The other one was a quote, and he said that he wanted immunity. So yeah, man, that's crazy. I definitely don't agree with anybody. Nobody should be immune from the law. Can we just all agree to that the law should go on any and everybody? And I agree with you. Smash said corporations are considered persons in the eyes of the law. But we know in reality, corporations are people. People create corporations. So I don't think you should be able to use a corporation as a shield whenever your ass is killing people behind your corporation, your corporate policies. You're the owner of the corporation. You should know what's going on in your company. And I understand why it was made. It is made as a shield to protect those type of things. But people abuse those powers. Whenever you set up a corporation and people are dying behind your corporations, I don't think you should get fined. Whoever's corporation that is should take their ass to jail like anybody else.
I agree.
You know what I mean? I don't think what possible reason could anybody be immune from the law? I think
But hold on, let me
to
ask
put
y'all
his ass
something.
in jail. If you playing with kids and you the Pope and you're a religious leader, take your ass to jail. It ain't no hiding from the law. The law should be equal on everybody's ass. And I don't like that. And the elite people, the people with a lot of money, get away with it the most. And Trump is up there. You know what I mean?
Well, to a certain extent, it's kind of seeming like they already got immunity, though, right?
Who was they?
The police.
I mean, you really
I
right.
mean, he might be trying to take it a step further. I don't know what he mean by that. But right now, based on a lot of the murders and
It's
stuff
hard to indict a police officer.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like they already got immunity.
No, they don't got immunity. George Floyd dude is in jail, dude.
Yeah, no, they don't have
They trying to say,
but that's an anomaly.
but they trying to say George Floyd. I mean, Oscar Grant dude is in jail. But they trying to say, I know what you're saying, James. They act as if they have immunity, and they can ease through the system a lot easier than us. But if they held to the fire, they do get, you know. sometimes convicted
Right.
for some of these egregious things they do.
Yeah. So what's going on? Like, and I think this is just really a recent phenomenon where they starting to convict these police officers,
After
right?
the George Floyd incident, that's what Smash said.
Yeah. I'm just saying. So, but he want to go back
Convicted
to the
cops
old
on the
policy.
murders that they did in these streets. And after the George Floyd, whenever black people acted a fool, whenever we got in the streets and we marched and we burned down things, is really whenever we got that action. And now it got enacted in law to where it's a thing. But before that, it was hard. It was hard. That was the whole thing. Like Smash, no, with them white boys that got off with doing Rodney King. You know what I'm saying? That was a whole race riots and stuff like that when them officers got off on Rodney King like that. So they've been getting off with stuff like this for a long time, and it's about time. We definitely don't want these guys to get off on our immunity, man. Police are
No.
So
nobody
just
else.
think about it. Think about it though. They went to trial, and the crooked ass trial let them off. Immunity is you ain't even going to trial. You just going back on duty. Like you just get off George Floyd next and go to the next house. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, that's whack.
No, I absolutely agree. That's why I said it's like they have immunity because the system is crooked. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Especially in places like where all of us is at, man. You know what I'm saying? Here we had the
In America,
incarceration rate
like
in
when
the
you
world here in Oklahoma. So, if anybody know the political system is corrupt, you know what I'm saying? Anybody that's black dude, but here in Oklahoma, we had the highest prison population rate in the world. Everybody was locked up at one time. You know what I'm saying? And it was a sad deal. And I tell you what's even sadder about it is that we didn't even realize it. You know what I'm saying? Because you in a bubble. You don't know how much other people is getting locked up for similar crimes or the same crimes. We didn't know that. It took for me to actually see this on paper in an article to actually realize how bad it was. People will come from other states. You know what I'm saying? There's a philosophy, there's a saying in Oklahoma, come on vacation, leave on probation. You know what I'm saying? Especially from people out of state. So people from out of states come and tell us, man, y'all laws are strict. Y'all laws are strict, but we didn't even know it until we seen the numbers. You know what I'm saying? So like stuff is crazy, bro. Stuff is really, really crazy. So they may not have immunity on paper, but whenever you got the judicial system backing you up, it's the same, one and the same. And principle is the same. You know what I mean? I'm finna grab some water right quick. I'll be right back.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, word. So what's been going down, Smash? What you just been chilling?
Yep, sure.
Word.
I'm trying to figure out how to get my YouTube channel on the next level, man. I'm tired of this shit. I'm like, man, I mean, how many years it take?
It's over. I'm glad you've seen the light too. You know what I'm saying? We already done did that, man. I mean, that's over with. I mean, everybody else, I don't understand what they just swinging that air right now.
I don't even, but I swear to God, I ain't seen nobody show in so long. Only one I might watch sometimes is Sheffrin.
Right.
And if cats are still swinging in the air over there, then they just retarded. Like, I mean, you ain't never took an L that bad. God, if I didn't have to go on tour, I would have kept smashing them dudes.
Right.
Because it was just embarrassing. I
Yeah.
mean,
That's going down in history. I was riding around thinking
no,
about that today. That's history.
I'm bringing it back. I'm bringing all the videos back and everything. Watch, we gonna have a rerun. Because if y'all forgot, y'all must have forgot how ugly it was looking.
I ain't
It was
nobody
cats.
God. We know why
It
they
was
call you
cats weighing in. Look, it
smash.
was cats weighing in that don't even weigh in. Jabari was all in the chat like, this is crazy.
Right.
Hey man, it was bad for those guys, man. You
Hey,
have
Smash.
you know it's bad whenever you can't get a debate because everybody want a debate, but when it comes to Smash and Rockwell, bro, you couldn't get a title shot. They let you fight the peons, but you couldn't never get no shot at the belt. What's up with that?
Well, you don't remember all that fake debate stuff they were trying to do for a minute, acting like they wanted. Then they priced themselves out of the debate. Told
Yeah.
Simon they
That
gotta
was
make
Unc. I remember that night. Unc was like, "Nah, fuck it. Me and Smash do it ourselves. We don't need you."
That's
You know what I'm saying? He damn near disrespected Sarnetta. Like, man, he like, that's what I
yeah.
do.
He
Gardner
just
He
was
didn't
like
doing
never
that.
want
wanted
to
to
debate.
smoke, didn't show. And Gozy was acting like he wanted to do a bait, never showed up. I'm like, it's crazy. I was
They
trying, I
supposed to
was
be
trying to
doing
help
shows
promote it.
every
I'm like,
Sunday.
I'll mediate it and everything. I'll be the me. Man, ain't nobody show up. They never show up, man.
Well, they supposed to been doing a genetics show every Sunday, him and Gozy and Gullah. And Gozy don't never show up. He don't. He'll come in for 5 minutes and he out. He know that shit they standing on is false.
Man,
It ain't even. It's,
yo, man. That I mean, so let me ask y'all this. I I really, we know that we won, but is the issue still prevalent? Is it still an issue in archaeology and what Egyptology and in science? Do we still really need to deal with these issues as far as the blackness of the Egyptian
hell no.
race is?
All our sources was that. All the white people saying what we saying. These niggas just own one. I mean, they just own one, bro.
Man,
Every book. Look, we use the Oxford Encyclopedia. Come on now. We use the Nubian Encyclopedia. Man, they just over there acting racist.
that's
Exactly.
what I was just about to say. How come they can't
He said they was acting
their own
racist.
interest? Like that's what and they really be promoting it like it's the opposite. Like they really the heroes, and they trying to tell us something, but they really don't even realize that they working against themselves. Like that's so sad.
Man, I started compiling videos of African people calling themselves black all over Africa. They know they black.
Yeah, but the only point that people can make is they don't use that to identify first because they still know they tribe. If you
Right. That's
still
cool.
knew your tribe, you wouldn't say black first either. But they still know they black. Golly.
But hold up, I do know my tribe. I say I'm an African American and I'm black.
All
That's the tribe. You know what
right.
I'm saying? We African Americans and we black. See
But
how
can
that
tell
works?
the truth though. Tell the truth. Them dudes is showing you that it's even hella tribes inside of African Americans. Cause
It
I
is.
ain't like some of these dudes, bruh.
Yeah, it is. That's a sad truth.
Yeah, like some of them dudes, like they couldn't be in your tribe. If this was physical, it wouldn't work.
Exactly. Exactly. And that's always that'd be the other aspect of it that I really think we need to touch on is and the thing is sometimes it comes with contentious between us. And that's what I be trying to bring up is that some of these dudes identify as black but ain't with the culture. They don't know that they work against their own self-interest promoting that BS that they promoting. So I
No, they don't really. They only They have been identified as black. Like they don't really like being black. They just get called that, and they got a problem with it. Is what they showing us.
right.
Everybody
Hey,
from Ujahu down to all
You cutting out. You cutting out.
of the old. See you. I'll be back because I'm pulling out my house real quick.
All right.
right. But that's a hell of an observation that Smashed and came through with.
No, he definitely made a good point because he's right. All those guys that are on the other side, they don't like identifying themselves as black, but they know that we are labeled as black and they have an issue with it. And then they always try to bring the white racism thing in it. And we ain't even talking about that because we can identify as whatever we want to identify as and take the racism out of it and just be that. We don't have to accept nobody else's connotations about black. We can define it in the way that we want to, and if we want to accept it and embrace it and make it something positive and not recognize the negativity in it, we can do that. We can be empowered.
No, the whole thing about there being negativity in it, that was all fake. And I beat them up with that because it was black people who chose to be called black. We
Exactly.
chose we chose that. They was like Negro. What is a Negro? We was like, I'm black. And then everybody said, yeah, black and I'm proud.
But
And
see,
so
they don't
after we
never start
chose that,
there. They don't never start there. They always want to start in racist America. And you was the first one to bring it back and actually show it on paper and put it in our face like, no, We called ourselves black in ancient times, but they won't even accept that. They say that you don't keep it in context, and I don't see how.
I mean, they were not to any thinking and any sensible man. Their argument won't prevail. Like if we was just standing here with guns and shit, they would have been got smoked. Like I'm saying, if you had to make a final decision and you seen them acting like that, come on now, you gonna push them off the plank? Like man, y'all tripping. This motherfucker just showed everything. Like, and only way you could win in that regard is if you got some type of favoritism, like you know what I'm saying. People like you because you're a YouTube personality.
Right.
You know what I'm saying. But they not really gonna prevail and no. Like, if you ask anybody put $100 on it, and the money was right there, no one would put their money on a side that don't got no evidence.
Hold on.
I think hold
on, man. I think Cedric would put his money down. That motherfucker's an idiot.
Oh
no, well, I guarantee. I'm gonna tell you right now.
He would bet. I think he'd put some money down, even though
I guarantee you, if we was in person, nigga. First of all, Cedric would not see any of us in person. So let's just be real. At the way he ran his mouth, and he like a little 130-pound dude, he wouldn't even be around to put his money down because he's a coward. I'm just keeping it a buck. Like, come on, man. You think he gonna run his mouth like that and then come somewhere with somebody at? Please. Like, we know black men, bro. Like, I mean, one thing you know is I ain't gotta be from your hood, and you know, I know Dude as much as I can know you through the computer. I know James as much as I can know you through the computer. I know you ain't did no shit like, what's his name that we talking about? Cedric. You feel me? I know you ain't showed me no character like that dude Cedric. Yeah. Like you talking bigger than your britches. So yeah, he might put down his money to act like he down with somebody, but he know he losing that 100. I'm about to run in this.
Yeah, maybe so. But some of the shit that I've seen is disappointing. You feel me, dude?
It's definitely sad.
Huh?
It's definitely sad. I agree. But
yeah, I be really, because you know, when I first found out this type of information, you know, I was thinking we was finna make a groundbreaking move.
We have people that are working against our best interests, James.
Word.
Let me say this, and let me make it clear. We have people in our community that are Black African power that don't like to be Black and really walking around in Black skin and blackface and working against our interests, acting pro-Black, saying I'm pro-Black, but then will come out their mouth and say Black is a racist term, and I don't, you know what I'm saying? It don't make no sense. You a walking contradiction. It don't make no sense. You cannot have it both ways. Either you're gonna be blacking for the cause, right? Because like Smash said, he gave a perfect example. When it fall down, are you gonna be Black? That's the question. If it fall down, well, what are you? Because the people on the other side gonna see you with that Black face and then that Black skin, and they gonna knock you off. You can't say that with your Black skin. Hey, I'm not with them. I'm not really. I'm Black, but I ain't Black. That shit don't work.
No, you can't say that Black is a scientific term in regular life. Nobody don't give a damn about science when they looking right at your ass.
You feel me? You gonna get
what I'm saying?
Chopped off.
They don't. This is what we dealing with in this country. This history that they gave us, it's not imaginary. It was based on the color of our skin.
And you got people that's quote unquote too smart for their own good. You know what I'm saying? Like, and
don't give them that. Don't give them that.
That's why I said quote.
Word. My bad. I didn't understand that quote unquote word.
You feel me? You got people that's too smart for their own good. You know what I'm talking about? Like, cut it out.
Quote unquote word. Because you know, and then what's so crazy about it? It's Yorkish.
Oh yeah, cultish.
Yeah, it's your because you know, and I hate it because you know they are people too, and that's what was so disheartening. I really for the last 6 months when we started first when he kind of first deviated off to the position he's on now. I would have never thought that that would have happened. You know, some of the things that have happened, I would have never thought would have happened. But then I had, you know, I've been around so long, I had to think about a lot of shit. And I was like, what you call it? Garfield and reverted back to Christianity. Rob Bourne that went back to being a 5%er. You know, and so forth and so on. So some of these people just reverting back to really what they was.
And a lot of them dudes is, like, I mean, you know,
I hate to.
huh?
I mean, I'm this me talking. I ain't speaking for nobody else, but I just observed what's happened.
No, them is facts, man. These people,
they used to be pro-black, Kim, and all that, and then all of a sudden they became the attackers of that information. And then I always go back and ask them, who is our greatest historians? When you start to ask who the greatest historians are, we all know who that is. What would they point us to, and why would they point us to it? We got West Africans pointing us to Egypt, and we got them our greatest African American historians pointing us to the same. So why are they doing that?
I think you think that there's some sincerity in what's going on. It ain't. So this is what I see. One of the reasons why cats left Kemet, because they, just like SETI, when some dudes appear that you can't top, I'm just keeping it, but exclude me, bar me, take me out of it. But when the men appear that can read the Medu Neter, then it's over. It's just over. You can't do nothing with Egypt no more. You know what I'm saying? You can't. What can you do with Egypt? Because them niggas can always tell you you're wrong, and you won't have nothing to say.
No, that is a great.
Man, I never looked at it like that. I'm glad we have this is the greatest live of all time. Because I never got smashed a deep insight on that. Because I was confused as you know what? Earlier today, I was riding around and I was thinking to myself, I said, when Smash them came with that ability to read that language, that ended the whole thing about it can't be read, because you find the stuff in there the white folks won't tell us. And when you can find some shit that white folks ain't trying to tell you, you can read it. You know what I'm saying?
Let me ask you something. Tell the truth. I know they want to belittle everybody, but have you seen anybody from Bobby Hemmett to Malachi Z. York to Asar M. Hotep? Have you ever seen any of them read Medu Neter with an Egyptologist?
Absolutely not.
No.
Not gonna see it. So that is the nail in the coffin, but everybody want to talk about it and try to say what is true and what is not and what can and can't be. And that don't make no sense if you can't read it. And then when, like you said, when the men show up who can't read, they just become naysayers. You cannot prove nothing. You don't have no evidence base to say it. You can only grab other scholars that kind of can buttress up your opinion. And even then, you have been on with the scholars, and whenever you face to face, you make them change their own opinion.
So then think about this. Think about this. Think about how disingenuous you gotta be in order to be one of them. Because you in order to maintain a position, you have to not acknowledge racism and then go in the hella European books that you know deep down inside is racist.
So you got people that's monetizing being the devil's advocate. They want to be the bad guy. They just playing the role and try to promote themselves as being a good guy. They know they the bad guy in their heart, but acting like we the bad guys and trying to be the hero. Man, this shit is crazy, man. How that work?
So imagine if you worked with some of these people who get there, like you just work at a job with the white man, and it's niggas like this. They have blood. You know what they will do to you? They'd be all in the boardroom talking about, man, that black dude did
it. Trying to take your spot. You know what I'm saying? Trying to take your spot. They trying to knock you off your platform and take your spot. Undercutting.
Well, that's I don't know, because it seems let me like
say this. So we still dealing with the same things with people in blackface, black skin, undermining black people, the real movement. You know what I'm saying? We have to say that and put this in the right context, man. And we have had scholars to say it over and over again. Sometimes our worst enemy be the people that look like us and undermining the movement. We know some of our greatest people have gotten knocked off by our own people and being puppeteers for the other guy. We got to throw that out there. That's an issue.
I don't know what they reasoning for doing what they doing. I can't go as far as to say they are part of some type of big plan.
No,
I'm gonna go and say that they just idiots.
Agents are agents, but I'm saying
Yeah, I just think that they just that illiterate. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt, dude. I don't think that they didn't want that guy to
no agent. I don't want to put that on nobody, but I'm saying just black people undermining black people is the point that I really want to
Yeah. I get you. But yeah, I'm just saying, I don't, like, I just witnessed a lot of stuff that I wouldn't, like I said, I wouldn't have thought I would have seen from certain people. And it was really shocking. You know what I'm saying? But it lets me know that they really never really was studying in the first place. And that's what be really shocking to me. You could have a million damn books, but if how you open them up and do you comprehend what you was reading when you opened the book up? There's no way you could be this confused with all them books. And then you try to soft shoe it and soft pedal your way back in by using words like indigenous Africans at this point. You know what I'm saying?
Indeed. And I want to run this
like we can't see.
I want to run this by y'all also. I think we have to have a place for propaganda too. You know what I'm saying? There are some things that we might have to do because let's not act like the other side don't do propaganda, right? Romanticize themselves, put themselves in a good light, tweak history to make themselves look good. There's nothing wrong with us. We don't have to be 100% benevolent and never do nothing wrong and all that type of stuff. Like we might have to throw some propaganda out there. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with that. That's just how the world works. And if sometimes you might need to nudge somebody in a dishonest way to get them in the direction that you need them to go, but for the positive aspect in the long run, we got people that's doing that, but are misleading people, and it's not gonna be to our benefit. That's the thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm all with politics and strategy. But if you just monetizing out our people and having selfish endeavors in order to make yourself look good and in order to line your pockets, then you might get knocked off playing a game because people like you, James, you're not playing. People like Smash ain't playing. And whenever you got people, you know what I'm saying, playing, you might get knocked off trying to line your pockets playing, man, because people are not playing.
Look, you said a mouthful right there, dude. If this wasn't the internet world, just like Smash saying, a lot of shit wouldn't be the way it is. Dang. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just ridiculous the way people moving. And I'm gonna jump up off of just the conscious community, but you got just in our street communities on the internet, they doing a lot of them with this Diddy situation. Mm-hmm. Everybody just doing this to eat. You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of wild to me because I want to know, and I'm gonna ask you and Smash this question: what is the difference between what Diddy is doing now and what Hugh Hefner did?
I don't know.
Well, there's a lot to be said about that, and I also want to have a discussion about that too, because they making half of what some people perceived as bossy hip hop culture. Yeah, man. All right, check this out. I'm about to fly y'all out, James, because I'm Smash, right? And I'm a boss, right? This is all fake. But listen, now look, yeah, I got these girls coming from Vegas too. Bow. If they were strippers or whatever, then what I just did was illegal. Sex trafficking.
Right.
Because we trying to get it cracking because I flew some chicks in from Vegas.
Is that illegal?
That is.
That's what they making illegal.
Right.
They changing it like, oh, well, these were some girls who was all online and sex workers in Vegas, so you sex trafficking.
He's saying the same point.
You got to be shit.
What's the difference between P. Diddy flying girls in to have a freak off, and we know Hugh Hefner was doing the same thing, but he's not getting charged with trafficking.
He did that every night for 3 decades, not every once in a while. The Playboy Mansion, this went on every night.
But not, hold on, it's a lot of difference to everything. Because you helping the girls live at his house.
No, not all them girls live there, Smash.
I mean, I'm not begging for him. Don't think I
Yeah,
am.
I'm just saying they were flying in just back then too.
Definitely flew in some
And
brides.
I'm not begging for Puffy because other than
Yeah,
those parties,
yeah.
there's a lot of stuff involved with drugs that ain't part of the game.
So
But if you're just trying to say somebody flew some chicks out, go ahead.
no, I want you to finish what you're saying, but what we examining is this double standard in the industry. Whenever we know you got these Epstein people, like what happened with these people? You know, theirs is getting swept under the rug, and all the people that was connected with him. You know what
Wait a minute, hold on. Epstein is
They killed
gone.
his ass.
Yeah, that fool dead.
I
That
said?
ain't swept under the
They
rug.
on suicide watch, dude.
What about all the people that was connected with him that was indulging in all those activities?
They went when he went.
No, not all of them, bro.
Yeah, they did. When he couldn't
So
talk
that
no
ain't
more,
even how that
they
works.
was all scot free. That's the reason why you kill those people who know too much. So that's why Diddy is in danger. Because if he, you know what I'm saying, they got him on this suicide watch in the same jail the dude was in. We know what happened
That's
to
what I'm
Epstein.
saying.
Epstein was on suicide watch when you supposed to have 24 hours of baby.
Ain't
And it's
got nothing.
still, you see what I'm saying? So this is what type of stuff that they dealing with. You know what I'm saying? Whatever he in is dangerous. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I'm trying to give an analogy of somebody who had the same behavior that was looked on as an icon in this country for doing the same thing, but then he's doing the same thing and he's vilified. So if I was his defense attorney, I would definitely bring
Oh, here's the thing: you gotta listen. When you was talking about propaganda earlier, when they talk about his case, there's certain things that ain't illegal that just sound bad that they just say. But those he's not being prosecuted for just having the party. They coming down to the handing out drugs secretly and the sex trafficking. It's not just that you wilding. You feel me?
Yeah.
There's also an angle to where he's, compromising people. You know what I'm saying? Like for all we know, and I'm just gonna throw this out here, whenever you got people compromising people like that, that's spy activity. You know what I'm saying? That's like that's like CIA activity where you put people in compromising positions and hold leverage over them in order to gain power. That's spy type stuff. So that's the other angle that's really big. Like, why are you recording these people and keeping this leverage over people secretly? That's illegal too in a lot of states to record people, in compromising positions and blackmail them with the footage. Now, I don't know how true that is, but that's the other big part about the case.
Blackmail is illegal everywhere.
Yeah, I don't know if they got blackmail on them, but I know they didn't.
They got blackmail on it. That's what I'm saying. We just and the cold part is I heard they sealed what they charging them for with. Why they seal that?
I think Puffy got some power that we don't know about. Whenever you putting people in compromising positions and recording it, like you probably working with some people, like you probably got some good leverage over some big people. You
So
know,
you trying to tell me, I mean, it ain't no place on this earth to get up out of there when you got all them billions. I ain't sitting there, nope. I would have been, yeah.
You see where Russell Simmons at?
Where he at?
He in somewhere in Thailand or something. One of them
Yeah,
countries.
they gonna just go get you in any of them places. They gonna
No, where he went, there was no they can't. The United States can't
extradition laws.
expedite you.
Yeah.
That's where he went.
So let me say this. I do agree that there is a double standard, but we need to wait till some more details come out on the case because, you know, I I sympathize with people or empathize with these so-called victims, but we know, like I've been in situations to where females want to be cool and they do stuff that they regret the next day, and then they become victims when they don't get their way and things of that nature. I think that's kind of a normal thing in the industry when you're a groupie and you want to come in and do what you ever do what you want to do, and then you just get tossed to the side when a person don't cuff you. I think that's normal in the industry. Now, Smash will know better than me, But you know, whenever you got that star power, you can get a lot of people to do, a lot of females to do what you want to do. Now, whenever you got talking about drugging people, you know what I'm saying? That's a whole different level. You know what I mean? I don't think that that's cool. Now, whenever you go back to like the 60s and the 70s, whenever Bill Cosby was doing his thing, you know what I mean? And drugs was rampant and people are taking drugs consciously, you know what I'm saying? And consensually, that's a different story too. I think they got Bill Cosby on some BS. I don't know if he was necessarily doping people, drugging people in order to have sex with them. How you gonna have $1 million back in the 70s and think you ain't finna get 90% of people to do, you know, what you want them to do? You know what I mean? So
I think because these dudes is weird. Like, there's too many dudes got $1 million and still got to do weird shit to make shit happen. Like, what you need drugs for when you got all that money?
you know what I mean?
And why you want? I ain't never even been that type of person. Maybe it's just because I got a record deal at a young ass age. But if you dealing with somebody and they not in their right mind, how can you be turned on? See, people who are turned on messing with somebody that ain't in their right mind, that mean they got some devious potential. Because if she not turned on and not into it and not then she just her head going side to side and falling over and throwing up and you trying to get some? Wow.
You a monster.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you already are not a cool brother. You got some other things up. And I'm not judging people. Some people like just regular drunk women and going out having a drink. But me, as soon as you need something else,
Right.
I'm already turned off.
But Smash, I feel that you are the perfect person to ask this question because you have been in the industry for what, 30 years? You know what I mean? So have you ever been to in any of these situations to where you see stuff like that? Maybe I don't want you to say anything that you don't want to say, but have you witnessed anything where people in the industry taking advantage of women or even men for that matter? Because that's a big thing too where they talking about, you know, a lot of these big executive type dudes in the industry are taking advantage of young men too. Have you ever been witness or bear witness to any of these type of activities?
Man, what are you talking about? Of course, but so yes and no. All that puffy stuff, I didn't even believe until they just made the case, until the case hit. Cause I just be thinking cats just be on the internet making shit up and making people look bad. I knew it was something to it, but I didn't think that all. But that stuff. But if you're talking about a person in the hood getting in a position of power through rap and then trying to use that to get hella women, come on now, that's normal. That's just like a football jock, right? Say, let's just say he a football jock and he the star running back. He not about to throw on his Letterman coat when he go. And I'm just saying, using their influence to get women and stuff is just a part of things. Now, where you go too far is what I always got away from these type of people when they would find aspiring artists, right?
Hmm.
Aspiring female artists and they would take advantage of them acting like they gonna help them get on.
Right.
And that always to me, and I guess cats must have thought I was corny, but I had it popping more than everybody. So I'm like, why you even gotta go there?
Okay.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
So what about the other way? Because this is a myth. I've never been in the industry, and I don't want to offend you, Smash. But have you ever been around, you know, or heard about, or been in the circles where these top executive guys be propositioning males and make them do, you know, homosexual activities? Is that a myth, or is that something that y'all really got to look out for?
Man, I don't know. So I think that's probably half the reason. When I think over my career, I'll be like, that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Because I'll be spitting, nigga. I had slapped, you know, and I used to always be wondering, like, why am I not in with the people that is in? You see what I'm saying? And
Absolutely.
then, yeah, and then later on in life, you find out it's a whole other shit going on
Yeah.
that you don't even want to be involved with, and you proud that you was the underground rapper who just had to keep it real for 30 years and didn't get no shiny suit help. because all the stuff that come with that is the stuff that I just don't. I have never been able to be in them rooms. I'm talking
Right.
about able to be, as if it's something I would want to be, but I would at least want to be able to testify right now, like, yeah, that shit happened. You feel me? But I can't. Because I ain't never seen that shit, and I was like, is it the way? Is it my demeanor? Like, nigga, none of that happened around me because people must think I'm just about to be like, nigga, what the fuck your problem? And
Well,
I'm
I wonder if it's
Hold on, James. Hold on, James. Let me say this. You absolutely right, Smash, and I think that's the case because I can bear witness because that has happened to me in my life too. Because it's been times that I'm a cool guy, a handsome guy, a semi-popular guy, but I wasn't invited to all the parties. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't invited to all the in-crowd stuff. And then once I got older and realized, okay, these people were indulging in drugs that I didn't indulge in. These people were indulging in sexual activities that I didn't indulge in. Men to who I had a lot of respect for. I didn't have heard things coming out like these people is, kind of on that other side. So when I was younger, I used to think like you, like, hold on, why ain't I'm a cool guy, and then stuff be coming out about these dudes and with these activities. I'm like, oh, and it's gotta be because like you said, like we said, you a man. They know you not gonna go for none of that, so you ain't gonna never get proposition on none of that. It's your demeanor. You know what I'm saying? You are who you are, and they know who to play with and who not to play with. So I can see that, and it took me to become a full grown man to just realize and be appreciative that okay, I didn't have to be a part of that because I see some of these dudes now they be run down. You know what I'm saying? They participated in all that mischievous stuff, man. So it could be a blessing that you didn't have to go through none of that. Maybe that is like a passing of rights in the industry to where you got to do that because that's what the myth is. You know what I mean? So
I don't know. I don't know how true that is, though. I don't. It'd be.
I don't think about I don't that's I'm with you, James. Like when they start talking about the when they start talking about the ritual stuff, I just think that's fake all the way, right? But I could be wrong with that too. But you gotta understand that half of the people out here is gay. Like, you know what I'm saying? Until we realize that, we fooling
He
ourselves,
said
right?
half. The half smash. Come on,
Man,
baby.
hey, but see, you might
Don't do it tonight.
no,
Not
but
but
half.
this is what I'm gonna
Please
try to
go to
say.
three
All right, I'm gonna
fourths.
try to
hey,
say.
include the women.
Third or something.
If you
No,
don't say half, is 50, 30% sneaking past you right now.
Right, word. Yeah, we don't
But
want that.
I'm not really doing numbers like that. My numbers is arbitrary. When you say half, that's just something black people say when they just saying there's a lot of people
Word.
who do that. And now that we have to understand that they promoted it. So yeah, the numbers probably turned up because they influenced some impressionable minds in order to be a certain way. But you
Mhm.
gotta know that it still was just like that when they wasn't talking about it,
and
right?
you also
I
got to take
guess so.
into
I mean,
consideration that even
it's
because you're
heartbreaking.
indulging in homosexual activity, there's some people that's gonna take it and not be a homosexual. But to me, I still put them in that class of people because they don't have no integrity. And then you got to include women. There's a lot of women that's bisexual too. So the number, I do feel like the number is high because if you a switch hitter, you going both ways, and you not, overtly a homosexual. To me, you still fall in that bucket because you indulge in those activities, whether you are there
Yeah,
overtly
yeah,
or not.
yeah.
You
Or
still
let's just talk
I
about it all
agree.
the way. Put
I
it out
agree.
flat. Put it out flat like it's on paper. Think about this. If it's a artist, right, and he trying to get, just say he's trying to get with a label, and let's just take some arbitrary numbers. Say he got a $500,000 deal he trying to do. Don't think about you. Just take a arbitrary person, right? Now, take five people. They go in the boardroom, and there's five people in there, and I'm gonna do it right first. One of them is a woman, right, and the other four is men. I'm saying that he went in the boardroom, the young art to talk about this. That one of us is a woman. Now I'm gonna do this scenario first. He trying to crack. They talking business about the deal, and the woman who on the side of the people who could give him the money keep giving him Google eyes and shit. Right? Just think about that. What do you think about right now?
I think most
If I hit her, then I got the deal.
Thank you. Now let's change it up.
Oh no.
I'm saying because
No, we
this
ain't
is what
doing that,
dude.
Smash. It's a wrap.
If you want
I'm
to
out
see
the
what,
door.
all right, but if you want to see what they going through,
Word.
now it's one of them is like talking like Farnsworth Bensley. You feel me? And you the only one in the office, and he like, oh, we can get you this deal. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, 50% or 30% or whatever percent of dudes went that route, bro.
That's shame.
I'm not saying this from experience. I'm saying it because
Right.
the world is telling us this now. Like it's people like so Puffy was the dude. Farnsworth Bentley was with Puffy.
Yeah.
So if they had any artists they was trying to sign, the scenario that I just put out was a real scenario.
No, I agree, man. I definitely
Yeah,
agree.
they thought that shit was cool.
We come from like a lot of us is in poverty. Whenever you grab somebody that's in poverty and put $500,000, 250,000. Remember, we got kids that's in projects right now that'll kill somebody for 5 bands. You know what I mean? For a little bit of nothing. You got somebody that'll kill somebody over a chain. So if you offer somebody, you know what I'm saying, this amount of money to sell their soul, the quote unquote, not literally, or offer somebody this amount of money to give up their privates. I think most kids, and let's talk kids, is gonna go for it, man. And
Not all of them. Everybody, some of them be like us. But listen to this. This is what we was illustrating. We was talking. I was trying to illustrate how it's not that ritual scenario that we might be thinking about, to where you walk in that room and there's 5 people in there and they say, okay, if you get butt booty right now, you got the deal. That's just, that's not happening nowhere. It's probably like I described. They looking at all the board men and one of the board men probably rolling his shoulders, or doing some other shit, signaling shit. And then that's who you hooking up with to make sure you get your deal. And now you in the industry. Now here's the worst part to it. Suppose that scenario is a scenario that plausibly happened, right? Now both of them got a dark cloud over each other's head. So the artist got to get signed. So if you want to hear the way that I can see this shit happening, because I ain't seen it in real life, but thinking through the process, I don't think it's no big ritual where they like this. I think it'd be stuff like that. And if you highly impressionable and successful to that type of stuff, and you hungry, you might fall off like that.
Yeah, like Harvey. Now we know we got real examples of people doing this because Harvey Weinstein got convicted. He in the pen right now. So this shit is real. Like people do favors. They do take advantage of their situations to get favors, and some people comply and some people don't. And the people that don't, we've never heard of.
But James, they be saying it'd be more aggressive than what I just put out. Right. I was talking about one dude trying to be on the under. They be talking about they standing with their wife and the exec walk up and grab their balls, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That was that big. Hold up. What was called about? Hold up. That was the biggest dude. That dude was big.
Terry Crews.
Oh yeah, like that's almost that. How could you emasculate a brother in front of his wife? And I don't even see. I almost didn't believe the story.
I'm gonna just tell you, it's not.
I'd have punched his ass through the wall if I was that
big. It ain't no industry in the world, boy.
That's what I'm saying. Big as Terry is, I'd have punched him through the wall.
No, blood, I would have got him way better than that. I would have had to get him good. Shoot, I would have had to walk him to the bathroom for this one. Where ain't nobody looking. He would have thought it was popping. Boy, you know how you get nobody looking and you could just damage a person? Like, bye-bye, and just walk out and he's just in there leaking. Don't even remember what happened.
So see, he ended the story right there, but I wonder what else happened. Because he wound up getting on. So you know what I'm saying? He didn't
But
tell us the rest of it, but he did become successful. So what does that mean?
I mean, he was successful before that though, so
no, I don't not. That's a problem, and that's a thing we can't start linking. And that's why I'm mad at my people right now for doing this to Jay-Z, because we can't link success to deviance.
Right.
Like that's the problem. It's some deviant successful people, but you can't act like just because a person is successful that they have been on that. That just ain't all the way. Nah,
Yeah,
well,
then
it's cool.
Oprah or somebody else would be next.
yeah, man. So let me ask you this: as far as uh P. Diddy is concerned, because it seemed like you wasn't really taking up for him, but are you still kind of like, kind of like in the middle of battle? Like you don't want to like put him under the gun right now. Are you still waiting? Like,
No, that's not true. If the feds came to get him for something, then they got something. They sealed the charges. What I was saying is all the stuff we picking through is lightweight, not even illegal. Like 1,000 things of baby oil. Okay, it show he got something on his mind. That's crazy, but that ain't illegal. Having a I don't even know if having a group party like where they have on premise, that is that legal? I mean, but like having a super wild party where people are actually engaging in those activities, take away the drugs and all that type of stuff. I thought that was just a party. I don't know. Am I crazy? Hey.
no, I think we haven't gone through all the allegations. I don't even think we know what all the allegations are. And like you said, the charges are sealed, so we don't know. But we know if the feds got him, then they got him. It's pretty much a wrap for P. Diddy. They got that, what, 99% success rate, conviction rate. So we know they got something on him. But like you said, that trafficking charge is bogus too. You know what I mean? Bringing
No,
women
it could be bogus.
and shit like that. Like I definitely don't agree with that. Especially like you said, in the industry, you dealing with a lot of prostitution. Not you specifically, but I'm just mean there's a lot of prostitutes, high priced women or women that sell themselves to people with a lot of money. Just
But
party.
hold on, though. Hold on. If you know that they are a sex worker and you fly them, then you did the crime. But what I'm saying is,
I don't agree with
no, no, I'm talking about that's the crime. I mean,
as far as
she a prostitute. She a prostitute, and you flew her out to do her job, bro. That's why he down. But this is what I'm saying. What if they were just women in the strip club? Well, you don't even know. They just cracking, and you like, I'm flying some chicks out. Like, I need my party to be cracking. Woo, woo. And
right.
whatever. But I'm not defending none of them. Look, I ain't Puppy did what he did. They wouldn't have came and got him if it was just a normal little party.
Even if it's prostitutes and you fly them across the state lines in order to get busy, I don't think that's enough to put somebody in federal prison.
You crazy. You
Um,
crazy. That's a law. You can't do that, bro.
I'm saying, I know in reality that it is, but I'm saying that I don't think it should be criminal how they making it criminal. I just
But
don't.
I don't think prostitution should be criminal.
You feel me?
How about that? That's just stupid.
You feel me? It's
I
gonna
mean,
happen one way or the other. It's the same thing with weed and alcohol. You gonna have people that's gonna make alcohol whether you do it or not, and that's with any drug or anything that people want to do. But specifically, what we're talking about is prostitution. If there is a prostitute that's across straight lines, and I want to pay for it to bring it, not to say that I do, but I don't think nobody should have to go to federal prison for it. That's just outrageous. That's
well, we live in a Christian state that won't consider that, but I've been to nations where prostitution is legal, and one thing you don't see is desolate women on the street. You don't see street hookers.
right. Yeah, they do it the right way. They have people off in the shops at brothels and stuff like that. So yeah,
But whatever they saying, it takes away from a lot of plight. Some people might stringently disagree with me. You know what I'm saying? They're welcome to do so. But I don't understand why that's even illegal.
I definitely agree with you too. I feel like it should be the same thing as abortion. That it should be that same fight. Like a woman have a right to do what she want to do with her body. If she want to sell it, it's hers to do it. Hell, if I want to sell some dick, I should be able to do it.
No, I I don't know, but I'm saying this is what I'm thinking. Because that ain't even that's just the way that we call it, but it's not really a sale. You know what I'm saying? She it's just like for instance.
No, it's a
So
sale for service. It's
no, it's not. Let me
buying
prove
a
it to you.
service.
Let me prove it to you. When you go get a massage, is the massage lady selling you her fingers?
She's selling
No.
a service.
I know, that's what I'm saying, but she ain't selling her fingers, you feel me?
Right.
So you gotta I might be trying to crack a joke about it, but what I'm saying is women get prosecuted for so much all the way. I mean, a man will control everything, cool. Yeah, okay, that's bad. It's bad and I don't like it and it should be illegal, whatever. But whatever, that's just stupid.
It's just one of them things you just not gonna be able to manage anyway. If you outlaw prostitution, how you gonna stop it? Women is everywhere. They gonna proposition you in the mall, in the anywhere, and men gonna buy it. It's not one of those things like drugs to where you buying, you gotta grow it, you gotta have the seed, or you gotta have the chemicals, all that, because they can ban that type of stuff and you put that as a minimum. But you're not never gonna be able to outlaw sex. That's gonna happen. Our outlaw paying for it. It's just silly to do it. And plus, I just believe that you have a right to do what you want to do with your body. And another thing that they be trying to outlaw, and I don't want to go down this road, but it's just I have a belief that people should be able to do what they want to do with their body. If somebody want to knock themselves off, you know what I'm saying? It's their prerogative. Like if somebody have a terminal disease and they don't want to live no more, if they want to knock themselves off, have at it. You know what I'm saying? That's your business. That's your business between you and your God. But I don't think the state has no business in that type of matter. You know what I mean? And that's a touchy subject too. I'm in the medical field somewhat, man, and I get to experience these type of situations. And seeing people in pain and seeing family members in pain and seeing family members have to deal with their family members in pain for years and years and years. You know what I'm saying? And you just doping them up with morphine. And if a person say, hey, I don't want to deal with it no more, who am I to say that no, it's against the law? It's against the law. Don't put them out of their misery. You know what I'm saying? If they want that for themselves. You know what I mean? And a person, in my opinion, don't even necessarily have to be in no type of pain. If they want to take themselves out and say, I'm tired of it, who am I to say don't do? I mean, I'm an empathetic person. If it's somebody I know, I might try to say, hey, don't do that. Things will get better. But if they want to ultimately do it, that's their business, man. And that's just what type of person I am. And it may seem cruel or non-empathetic, but it's just I believe that people have a right to do with their body whatever they damn well please, man. You know what I mean? But we have been on here for a minute though, Smash, and man, the stuff got weird. James took all the way off. That was James.
He was like, I'm not gonna be in that club.
Somebody would do me like that, man. We had a good show rocking too, man. But anyway,
Yeah,
are you coming on tomorrow, man? What's the deal? What's the play, Smash? You know what I'm saying? What's the
I ain't even. I'm just be talking about other shit because I don't even. I ain't just to stream if I ain't got nothing to talk about. I'll be wanting to stream, but I'll just be like, I ain't motivated.
man?
About to talk about some money and some businesses and making and using this AI and this internet. Talk about we need to develop some young black hackers because that's where it's at right now. The only way we really can break out of this situation our people in is if we start investing in this science and technology. I'm talking about like AI and
Mm.
knowing how to shut down whole city grids with a computer. You feel me?
They just dropped that new open AI too, that new Chat GPT, man. They talking about that thing is on PhD level, man. And
Oh, it's a new chat GPT?
man, I'm talking about
No.
It can pass the SATs. It's outscoring people that got PhDs. It can do better programming and stuff now. Like it can write code for you better than the one that was before it. You know what I mean? With lesser amount of like prompts. You know what I mean? Write better code. So this new one that just dropped supposed to be super cold. You know what I mean? So yeah, that is the future, man. The future is going to be real. We living in some great times. I like to believe that we in a modern day renaissance, man. People ain't seeing it as such, but we in a modern day renaissance, man. Technology, all the technology is on cutting edge. You know what I'm saying? Like technology, and you a tech guy, Smash. I can see it. You know what I mean? And I love technology, man. I'm not scared of none of this stuff that's coming up. You know what I mean? I talk to so many people that think AI is the devil and and all this stuff is gonna be the end of us and it's gonna be bad. Man, look, it's gonna be some negative stuff that you can do with it, but we ain't gonna never let it outdo us. I don't think there's ever gonna be a time to where we dealing with stuff like the Terminator, to where it's gonna be us against the robots and stuff like that. I just can't see it. Is it a possibility? Do we need to be worried about it? Yeah,
There's gonna be a time like that. Yeah, yes, it is.
you said you think it's gonna be a time like that?
Hell yeah.
Man, I just
It's gonna be robot wars, bro.
I can't see it. I can't
Well,
see
they
it.
already got drones. Drones is doing the majority of the attacks right now.
Well, it's a difference between people controlling robots to fight for them, rather than robots being sentient and kind.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah, I feel you. Yeah, okay, yeah.
So I just don't think it's never going to be that to where AI is going to be getting at us in a way that we can't, defend ourselves. Or
You know, it's gonna crack.
you think it's going to crack? It's going to be Terminator popping off.
AI gonna be like, we need to build some shit to defend ourselves. Take over one of these factories, start building some shit.
So we really in the matrix, huh? Yeah, I think we is in the matrix, but I think stuff is simulation type, you know what I mean? But I don't think computers gonna be honest like that. I think we gonna always put in precautions that can, save us from that. I don't think humans is that stupid. You know what I'm saying? I hope not, but you just never know, man. Technology
Yeah.
is a crazy thing, and once you get that genie out the bottle, and here's the other thing. Man, you finna make it to where everybody has the potential to be brilliant. You know what I'm saying? Whenever you have a dumb person with super smart technology in their hands, what they gonna do with it? And so it's gonna be a real threat for us, like people in America, whenever people that have a grudge against America get this type of technology. I do think that's a real threat that we got to worry about. Stupid people with technology. But we
Hmm.
also saw the same thing with the nuclear bomb, and that ain't cracked off yet.
Well, there's a lot of people surrounding that. I'm about to get up out of here though. Thanks for having me though.
All right. I'll get at you next time. Hopefully you get on tomorrow, man. We can do something. I'll delete this video, man, because that was
Or at least edit, you could go edit that part out and keep the rest.
yeah, already. I'll mess around and do that. I'll have to do that. Yeah, I'll do that. But all right, peace, man. I appreciate you for showing up, and I'll get at you tomorrow if you pop up.
It's
Peace.
all good. All right, peace.